Hello, friends, and welcome back to another Aria of Sorrow Randomizer 2022 tournament race. This is our last match of lower bracket round 2. The winner of this match is going to be facing Dirksu, who's been waiting a little while for an opponent. Our competitors today are Rina and Lunix, and I've got Barracks alongside to commentate with me. Hello, Barracks.
Hello. How are you doing this morning?
Morning. Well, I'm
You know
alright.
what? It may be morning some places, but I just assumed it was morning because I woke up like an hour ago. How are you doing this afternoon, let's say?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's a nice, wonderful, bright day for a lunar eclipse.
Very nice. And so we're going to see the first bit of this flag set right off the bat with the hammer shop. It's open immediately, and the shop is randomized. It didn't look like a lot of good things, but we do have the gold plate, which is pretty good armor. So Lennox picked that up.
I think that maybe Tiny Devil is their starting red soul, which pretty good for piercing some of these soul candles we may find around the castle. So Hammer Shop is randomized. He's available from the start. They get 30,000 gold in their pockets. And he does sell souls. Half of his shop is souls. Each one costs 15,000. So he could have some nice stuff in there.
Additionally, we're going to be seeing the Blue Soul Black Panther as one of the first 6 item checks. This is the Dash Soul. It makes things go fast and helps the runners move along with a bit easier movement techniques. So we'll probably be seeing that after the Creaking Skull boss fight.
Yeah, it looks like it. In these settings, it's called Panther First. Black Panther is guaranteed to be... Oh, there it is after Creaking Skull. You're right. Black Panther is guaranteed to be in Ring 0 somewhere, so one of the first 6 checks of the game. It may not be the only progression you find there, but it's going to be one of them. And it's just nice to start early with. It always feels bad when you don't get it, but your opponent has. So we think it's a good setting for this.
Oh, we might also be seeing some other parts of the flag set with the area random and boss shuffle parts. This means that each area connection is randomly assigned. So the connection that Lunix passed, which is vanilla inner quarters, could go anywhere that is that same direction. And boss shuffle, as implied, just shuffles around the bosses.
So we've got double jump, and we've got to look at our red book already, which is a Killer Fish from Kainazo. It looks like Floating Garden is in the inner quarters door. So those red doors, those are our area randomization. Any place here where you would pass through an area transition, like somewhere where that text comes up with a new name of an area, those have been randomized.
Is this even randomized? Imp from Imp?
Yeah, wow. Lunix got some gym clothes, probably not putting those on with that really cheap gold plate. Also, there's another imp.
Guess just an Imp seed.
It is very helpful to pick up stuff you find around the castle, though, because everything sells for a random price as well. And it's between 1,000 and 100,000 gold. So, random items you pick up can be pretty valuable, even if they wouldn't be very good otherwise.
And as for the shop, we saw the first bit of the random shop, but as with the vanilla game, defeating the bosses Headhunter and Death will unlock the rest of it, 1/3 to each of them.
Yeah, sometimes you might want to just fight Headhunter or Death just so you can get more stuff. I don't think we saw any healing in that shop, so if they were looking for healing items, they might want to go after that.
I believe there were super potions, but I didn't catch how expensive they were. Man, this jump is proving trouble for both runners.
Well, there we go. There's simultaneous killer fish.
And that is the red soul that we saw earlier. So part way to go mode.
Killer fish, as the text says, absolutely useless out of water, so they will probably not be using it for combat in many cases. But when it's required, gotta equip it at some point.
We did see the area transition to the locked part of top floor. This isn't very nice to see this early on, but later when the runners are beating Ram, it'll be very convenient since Floating Garden doesn't have a warp point. So to get back to it, you'll have to remember what connection it is, and the closer that is to either a warp or to top floor, the more convenient it is to get to Julius and Chaos.
Yeah, the thing that's locking them out over there is a wrecking ball, so once they break that wrecking ball from the other side, they'll be able to go through and get back into Garden. As you're just gonna see Rina not even look at it, just bail out, because we know that's the wrecking ball door. Lunix making his way through the rest of Castle Corridor. Some people don't get over to these items for a while, but there's Undyne.
Yeah, if the seed opens up too early and too quickly, like if you find early flight, for example, there can be just a lot of options for the runners to take. And sometimes, yeah, it leads to you missing those items for 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, we just saw Rina go through a whole area. Hadn't picked up these items in the Castle Corridor yet, so is now gonna get the red book news at the bottom here.
It looks like the right corridor exit, Vanilla Chapel, takes us to Study, where we are seeing our first Rush Soul. Rush Souls, Blue Souls, there's 3 of them, Devil, Manticore, and Curly. That was not in order, but they are probably some of the best offensive options in the game. Devil is the second best. So going to be very good to see that there. It allows for a lot faster boss fights.
Yeah, you can use red and blue souls both for offense. Red souls scale off your strength, and blue souls scale off intelligence, and intelligence is kind of busted. Or, well, I guess you could say intelligence itself is not busted, but the rush souls are still very good. Got flying armor.
Very useful. Those ectoplasms aren't that annoying on the way in. You get a curse, but you can save. But on the way out, it's going to be the question, do you want to go back and heal to get rid of the curse, keep your NP, or just deal with it and walk the ways?
Now, Lunix has seen the yellow book in that slide spot. We can't do anything about that yet because we don't have a way of sliding, but gotta keep that in our memory banks for later. And Skulo's in the backdash room.
Low-level Belore is always a question. I think Lunux's best weapon here is the Cut-All, which, while it is a multi-hit, means it has lower base damage, so against Belore as an endgame boss's higher defense, it would make that boss take quite a while to do. So I understand resetting out.
Yeah, this won't be a very friendly area to get back into because Study does also not have a warp, and we also can't take the other exit from here right now. So that's a little unfriendly, but Just, if you're not kitted out to do the fight right now, time is better spent doing other things. Looks like Bifron from, I think, a Fleeman drop.
Yeah, we might see the runners choose to fight that Blur later if they find the other entrance to study, right after they grab Yellow Book. Or they might never find the other entrance.
Both of them having a little trouble standing on these bone pillars. You can jump on top of them and stand, but you have to get the top of your jump just right.
Now with the progression that we have right now, there's 4 possible ways for our runners to go. And that's not counting any progression that might still be left in corridors, as there are 3 checks around the starter corridors in the Hammer Shop that we have yet to see. So we could easily see some major route divergences right about now.
Looks like Rina might actually give Belor a try here.
She did buy Rahab's sword from the shop, which is a lot higher base damage. We're seeing 27 per hit, so that'll chew through Valor's 4000 HP a lot better than the Cut-All would.
Yeah, and once you get this first eye down, that's the real defensive problem. Fewer hits on the second phase if we can get there.
So I saw Lunix do the Undyne skip. It's a bit of a precise jump using Malphus to abuse the rounded corners of platforms. That takes him to the left side of inner quarters. A couple item checks here, as well as another boss fight, but there is a save point right before this, so it's not very dangerous to take on from this side. And it does get the Cognazo. That is not the required soul, it's the enemy it drops from. But, you know, we could see it being both the enemy that it drops from and a required soul. Big Golem. Gonna be a pretty easy fight here. This is, I think, the 3rd boss. Or 4th boss in the game, counting Creaking Skull.
Yep.
Wait, you can stand there?
It's not very helpful because Big Golem moves around so much, but yeah, kinda.
I never knew that.
Heading up the Stormy Tower to the Vanilla Undyne location, as well as one other check. Taking the enemies with us, which is going to cause some lag. Aria is a game that, like, barely makes it to a full 60 frames already, and when you add many things on the screen, it can really slow down. That is a nice weapon right there, yeah. Osafune. Now you can sleep out of this room. Sleeping takes you back to the start of the room where you entered it. And there are a lot of enemies in here who are pretty slow to actually defeat, so might think about that if you do this yourself.
Anti-Venom random drop. I like it. I'm gonna say Rina also doing the Undyne skip here to head into inner quarters. So, more or less the same route for these runners.
Yeah, it's not too much of a skip when they actually have Undyne and double jump, but it is where they think this seems to be taking them so far.
Echo.
Rina now coming into her fight with Big Golem. Big Golem and Great Armor both just kind of start going if you come in on the left side of the room, because they don't really expect that behavior.
There's a lot of glitches and things that happen when you come on the left side. With Death, I know that if you just hit the start or hit your inventory, it just pauses the game until you do it again if you come in from the left. And for Legion, if you come in on the right side, your screen doesn't shift the right amount.
Yeah, Legion's cutscene does not really want to show you Legion. Alright, we got book 2. It's Persephone from Dead Warrior. Down here in the chapel.
We have seen all 3 books, but the runners are going to need either Slide or Giant Bat to access the one in Study.
And I think we may still be on the lookout for Persephone as well.
Yeah. Backdash. Not especially helpful right now, as Panther takes its movement place and their weapons don't use backdash canceling. But we could see some higher tier weapons like Balmung or Ascalon or Final Sword that require backdash canceling to be used effectively. So it's good to pick it up.
Top floor is on that left door of inner quarters.
Oh.
At least to the bottom of the reservoir. Which has a Durandal inside. It's not a bad weapon.
Very nice straight sword. Oh, Chapel wraps Lunix back to a flight checking corridors, so he's gonna have to run through the entirety of upper corridors to get back to a new area.
Oh yeah, it goes to that clock tower door. Well, that's nice to know about, I guess.
It'll make it a bit easier to get back to Study, because you can warp to Chapel and then drop down and head to the right. Looks like Dance Hall is, I assume, Vanilla Arena out of Reservoir. So definitely a bit of an easier area than Underground Reservoir here.
Yeah. As long as you're going to check the waterlock door in Castle Corridor. And it's Clock Tower, the left side.
Yet another boss here. We haven't seen Legion or any of the shop bosses yet. We've now seen one of the shop bosses. Headhunter, definitely the easier of the two. 700 HP times 3 forms. But the first 2 forms are pretty free. So this should be a pretty quick fight.
Yeah, first form you can... There's a way to get her stun locked in a way that she just doesn't really do anything. Maybe even backs up constantly. And second form, if he does lightning, you love him because the lightning's in fixed spots. The third form, the lizard can like crawl wherever though. And launch poison at you, which reduces your damage output. Looks like Rina's got slide at the end of the long hallway here at the candle check.
You don't see progression there very often, but this is why you do it. with Slide, now Rina could go get that yellow book, and can also exit Dance Hall through the slide blocked exit.
Lunix just got Shadow Knight off Headhunter, which makes that even more worth. And there's Giant Bat in the other slide check.
Well, nice.
And Death is the boss at the end of Dance Hall. Death being the other shop boss. Only one item behind him, but again, you might want to take this fight just for more availability of items.
Yeah, the shop isn't weighted the same way the rest of the game is. You can find just about anything in there, from a bamboo sword and a knife to Claim, Soleil, or a Final Sword.
Can't find a Chaos Ring, but not
True.
usually a problem. Lunix located the forbidden area off of Clock Tower's top exit. Death being a little bit annoying doing the room spinny scythe pattern. He's got about 3 moves, and that one causes him to slide up a little bit as well, so it makes him a little bit harder to hit him.
Nothing in Forbidden, so Lunix just reset out. That's probably why I saved there in the first place. It allows for a very easy save split on top right clock tower exit. And now headed down to do the checks in lower clock tower.
That's a rune ring.
Very nice accessory. And this last one is theoretically slide locked, but you can just face tank through the slides, take the damage, get the item check. We just saw Lunix unequip his armor, because spikes in this game deal more damage the more, I believe, defense granted by armor and accessories that you have to keep them a threat at higher levels and with better gear. So if you ever need to survive spikes, you're going to want to unequip your armor and equip defense boosting accessories. Or not accessories, sorry, defense boosting souls, like Dead Crusader.
Alright, Rina is finally going to check these first 3 items. That's a persimmon up there. Copper plate, no good. Thinking about shopping. So Rina will get to see the death upgrade of the shop.
Not looking like a whole lot here. High mind-ups are cheap.
That's nice. Those are some really expensive grapes, though.
Bolts is really nice. Skyfish could see some use, and I believe that was a slime in there.
I did see slime. I'm not sure if these two know the slime tech, though.
And we're going to see Headhunter shop on the other side in just a moment. That's a lot of money for Lunix.
Oh yeah. Cream soda's cheaper. It's alright. Super potion's probably better on rate, though.
Yeah. especially when you get to higher levels where the full heal is way more worth it.
That's a
Death
Death
Sick-
Sickle.
Yeah, Death Sickle and Poison Dracula's Tunic. Lot better gear.
Oh man, Lightning Doll, Valkyrie, Killer Mantle. All in a row right there. Killer Mantle only works well on a few particular enemies, but the ones it does can be great for leveling up. Alright, looks like Rina's gonna dive in the top floor with the newly acquired giant bat.
Taking full advantage of flight. Lunix finds the other side of Waterfall and Reservoir. Nothing amazing there. He doesn't have flight to do the higher checks. Looks like he's also forgoing Waterfall strats. Which is where you can abuse the waterfall, resetting your double jump to very barely gain height and climb up to a couple of the checks.
Yeah, there's only certain parts of the waterfall that push you down, and some parts just act like water. It's kind of a weird thing. Oh, there's Persephone. There's our blue soul.
So Rina doesn't have the blue book though, so she doesn't know that yet. Otherwise we might see her making a beeline for study. As she's already, what, 4/5 of the way to go mode? And once you get to that point, it's like, I know where the book is, I can get the book. Probably should just get the book, and Lunix grabs that Durandal.
Ow.
Looks like Lunix is headed up to check the Forbidden exit. He did clear Forbidden, but he hadn't seen what that area exit was when he did that. Hey look, it's the required red, totally. Who doesn't love Flame Demon?
It's required in my heart. Oh, here's a free gold plate. Not to be confused with the very cheap gold plate.
And that, you never know. You know, going to top floor just to save some money? Don't blame you.
And it's the other castle corridor flight room. It's the other end of Forbidden.
Yep. Yo, Reservoir.
This might be a very different look of Reservoir. Rina will be able to do everything in here, whereas Lunix is going to have to make at least a second trip.
Yeah,
Oh. Whoa, that's Hippogriff Arena.
very nice.
And Mandragora.
Well, Lunix finds a succubus soul. Very good healing.
Uh-oh, that Triton is coming. Don't usually see him come down here. Interesting just leaving out of here for now.
Rina is skipping that ceiling check. Breakable wall onto those chandeliers.
Yep, you're right.
Lunix into Forbidden, or not Forbidden, the heck?
Underground
Cemetery.
Cemetery, yeah.
That's
Has already
the-
beaten the boss, apparently.
Gets a melon. Gets zombie soldier. Presumably got something else. So the last boss left is Legion in Arena, I believe.
Alright, Rina has now found her way in the chapel.
It's gonna get her blue book, so she's gonna know that she is almost echo mode. And now is gonna be the time to decide, do you head back to study, or do you keep looking for right exit doors to connect there? Where was Bat? Bat was in lower dance hall. Right next to Slide, actually. Bat was the slide lock and Slide was the long check. Lennox should get Hippogriff pretty soon here, because he's gonna be heading into Eastern.
One would hope, yeah.
I'm going to assume that Rina got blue book during that stream freeze, and has seen that she has both blue and red souls.
I mean, I will say she's not heading in the direction of the warp. I actually cannot remember whether she did take a look at the yellow book.
She did. She's seen it.
Okay.
And there's Hippo for Lennox.
It can be tough to remember to go back into an area you've already been in, but at least with that other study door still being at large, maybe that'll make a revisit easier.
Yo, chat. What's the highest amount of defense that you can have in Aria of Sorrow? Yeah, just while we're waiting.
Is that with level 99?
Yes.
One. Okay. Good guess. Do we have any others?
I'm pretty close. Pretty good guess. Not that far off. Within about 100 and 100, 200.
Alright, Rahab's sword cannot hit the ceiling, but Lunix is gonna check it.
Oh, we saw Rina get yellow book after the fact. Straight into Arena. Good choice not looking for that exit. We did not see, however, what the yellow book soul actually was.
Well, if she's still checking things, I'm gonna guess it's something she does not have.
Nice mana prism. Also, the answer is, I believe, 182.
And yes, Rina is in Arena.
Une is yellow. Alright, do you remember what it drops from, Joanna?
Well, Une is not a yellow soul, so... That would be
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. I should go farm Une then. I swear I've played this game before. I know what souls are.
Oh boy. 4 lubricants!
That's a lot of lubricants! Hey, good play. Got it down to 2 lubricants.
They don't want to leave. You can sometimes get them off screen, but they're not. There we go.
Very good short hops there. I think I was seeing some 3-hit swings. Did Rina save before doing worst room?
Nah, I think that was no save, just a HPMP refill.
Oh god.
Not even taking the strawberry.
Priorities, I guess.
Might feel like she's a little bit behind.
Yeah, I was just thinking, where does Une actually spawn? And I can only think of the reservoir climb on the right side.
There are Unes in Chapel.
Ah, that's right.
You can stand in the right side there and wait if it would help. Oh, that works too. Lunix has got his bat. It looks like Rina might go save before checking out the boss. Nope! Nice tech using Devil to get past the giant skeleton. Just for regular bat.
Really worth it. If I'm not mistaken, Lunix is heading to study.
Yep, there you go. So he'll be following suit shortly, grabbing that yellow book. Okay, good. It was just a cape up here the whole time. I think Rina might have forgotten what door that was. But opting to walk all the way back down instead of possibly taking a walk.
Basilisk from Rina.
Oh no!
That'll be fun. The Basilisk Soul increases your defense at the cost of a lot of your attacking power. And for Graham, for you to be wearing the right souls like Graham, you have to have it equipped for the last hit between phases 2 and 3. So your options are either equipping it at the start and suffering for the next like 4 minutes with hits of 5 damage, or to do some math and hit Graham until he has like 50 health left in the phase, and then equip Basilisk and suffer for like 30 seconds because it's still going to be awful.
Yeah, especially you can't get your defense, your natural defense, up as high as your attack in this game, so the swap is never really going to work out in your favor if you are trying to equip good things. So that's one of the ones where you might want to learn how to damage count on Graham Phase 2. And with these continued checks, I'm guessing that neither of them has seen Basilisk.
And, like I mentioned, Lunix here, fighting Valor after seeing that yellow book.
Now, what are the chances that Basilisk is behind Legion?
Pretty good. We've seen a lot of the other checks in the game. It'd be like,
Yeah,
I
we've
want
seen
to say
Dance
1
Hall
in
stealing.
5 at worst. Like, actually, I think that's pretty likely.
Did we see everything at the waterfall yet?
No, we have not seen
Okay.
waterfall checks.
So we've got Waterfall in play, we've got Behind Legion. I'm assuming Lunix looked at everything in the cemetery.
Yeah, he should have. I have enough faith that he did.
Lunix1006 does have the combined powers of the previous 1005 Linuxes.
Rina's gonna die to the arm.
Okay.
He's gonna die to the Medusa head. I've had that happen too many times. I think it happened in my most recent race. I took too many hits getting to the save point, and then a Medusa head spawned on screen through the save door, which killed me. Oh. It's definitely something to be wary of.
Yeah, I tend to forget that that disc armor goes there too once you skip the scene.
The same thing happens with the Altairs in Garden, actually. They can just spawn in your way as you're leaving the room. And I've also died to those. I love this game.
Oh, here we go. Here's waterfall checks.
Oh. Got a map. Not good.
I don't want to touch that map after it's been in the same room as Flesh Golem. Wow,
Ooh.
nothing.
Alright. Odds are looking a lot better for Basilisk being behind Legion. Lunix goes straight there, resets out.
Goodbye.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
That's just a claymore, man. We haven't seen Galamoth.
True. So Galamoth could be behind Legion.
That is true.
We could skip this whole question if they both decided to farm Une right now. Please, decide to farm Une.
Yeah, Une is not a bad farm as they go. Not much HP at all.
We can kill with Panther by just running into the room repeatedly. Yo? Rina's headed that general direction?
Well, she could have gone upright, which would take you a little closer.
Rina's... Oh? There's an Une.
Yeah, there's a room with Unes. No.
I wanted to see the single random Une drop.
Getting cursed by the Kainazas.
Awful enemy.
I'm so glad that it like doesn't turn off your hippogriff though, so if you have that you can just keep motoring.
Of course, you have no MP, you can't attack, your ability souls are all turned off. Have fun.
And in Harmony of Dissonance it makes you horribly slow.
I'm so glad that Harmony's a bad game and they didn't take his choice for Aria. Yo?
Nah, she went the other way again.
Okay, where was Basilisk? Lunix is Basilisk. From where? Was Basilisk in Cemetery? I think that's what this implies.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's the one we didn't see then. Or maybe two we didn't see, because I didn't see him go in. And I think Cemetery was that at the top right exit of Clock Tower? Because I know Rina has not seen that exit.
Top left exit, Reservoir,
Oh, okay.
I believe. Vanilla Corridors, Part 1.
So Rina will get to see it right about now then.
Yep.
Oh no, it's right here. Okay.
I guess that's where Basilisk is. Good to know. In the other lag spike.
As you might be able to see, Death Scythe is not the ideal weapon choice for Graham, dealing only 20 damage a hit.
To be fair, that's with Basilisk. I was hitting around 70 without, I believe. The moment I switch audio, Lunix's stream freezes. This is a scam. Oh! It's back. Where does it... you know what? We're listening to the reservoir music.
Oh yeah, 64, not so bad.
See the last shop trip from Rina here. He's gonna get her the Death Scythe and Poison Fist. I did not. Oh, Demon's Mail. Behind Graham.
Goodness. I believe they both did get the Gungner, so that would not be too bad of a combat option. And Lunix does remember the way into Garden. Blue Book Farm was Dead Warrior. Which, like Barracks said one time, tell me where a Dead Warrior is. It's not very memorable to some people.
And to tell me you don't remember that one horse enemy that shows up in 2 rooms in the entire game? Well, that's some nice damage from Death Sickle. Rina got all her shopping done while time was stopped, so we have no idea what she bought. It'll be a surprise.
I did see a couple potions, so that's good reinforcements.
Well, it's not a lot of healing for Lunix. 3 supers, a beef curry, I think? Maybe 1 or 2 more items? No, Death Sickle.
There was some discussion today about whether being able to hear Graham say his words or not is a help or a hindrance in this fight. I think it helps, because he tells you what attack he's going to do, just like by saying one of his lines.
I've never noticed that. So it's just like, do I want to play this game with music today? And it usually just alternates. I know that it hasn't really hindered me in my speedruns, but also reacting to Graham attacks is a lot less important than that. Okay, so Lunix has 4 full heals left.
Yeah, the big fireballs are pretty slow, so I guess it's not too much of a problem. And Persephone, not easy to use here because of Graham's tiny little head hitbox.
I think there's a safe spot to stand on the left. You don't even have to move to dodge all the meteors with Death Scythe.
Yeah, if you get something that's a wide enough swing, you can kind of do this, or you can duck a little closer.
Yo, gallop off.
Great.
Did we ever see a duplicate backdash, or is that also going to be in chaotic?
I don't remember seeing a second backdash.
Did we ever see kicker, or is that also going to be in chaotic? God.
Thanks for reminding me, I marked that off.
So anyways. How much HP does Graham face 3? God.
I'm gonna say at least 1.
Or at least 1, maybe 4 even.
Alright, Rina's done with the fight and is on her way out. Not remembering the garden entrance, though. Maybe shopping first.
We are seeing Lunix entering into chaotic right now.
So what she remembers is the other way into garden, so she's heading there.
Not all that much slower.
Lunix is Durandalling the statues of Chaos Phase 1. They have sealed his red, blue, and gold souls away. The only ones he has right now are his gray ones. So he can Hippogriff if he wants in this room, but he has to get the rest of his powers back.
You'd think if the statues could already steal the red, blue, and yellows, they may as well go all the way and say, no, you can't double jump anymore.
Yeah, I kind of thought that like the bottom part where the teeth are would be the perfect spot to like put a fourth statue, but they must have not gone with that for reasons.
Saying, no, you don't get to backdash cancel anymore. You think you get to use your weapons?
The Durandal is definitely an interesting weapon choice when I think they both did get the Gungnir.
Not a whole lot of damage on the core. We're gonna be up to around 20 some, 2 eyes down. Assuming he doesn't get cornered by all these eyes. Good dodge.
Big 5 on the core.
Passive. It's only what?
600 hits?
600 hits?
Yeah. What was that?
Yo, killer fish!
MVP killer fish!
Massive 0!
You can tell how often I use killer fish.
I don't even know if it is, I just assume it is, because that's the only red. Yep.
It is, yeah.
It's the only red soul he would have a reason to still have equipped. On to Julius Phase 2. Chaos fight sure is ongoing right now.
Rina's also getting a little low on HP healing. There's a lot of MP healing, though.
Going for a 4-eye. Shadow Knight. I do love that soul. Basically just makes your damage better. Attacks every time you do.
Yeah, at this point, Shadow Knight's probably going to be doing better than his weapons.
48 is still pretty low. It's definitely doable if you have the MP healing, which you don't. This could be a bit of a long chaos fight. And
Nice
goes
double jump back from Graham at the end there. I mean, Julius.
The man
Rina's through Julius.
Oh!
Lunix just ate an eye. I think he needs to wait for it to hit him before he heals. There you go.
Good pause buffer.
Not friendly green orb spots.
Nothing quite like pause buffering in chaotic. It's just like Circle of the Moon, you know? Ooh! Good dodge on that big orb there.
Yep, I will say one advantage of the Durandal is its frames do let you do some better crowd control on these green orbs. When I'm working with the Gungnir, I feel like I just can't get it as well. Oh, eaten one.
Ooh.
Eating a spike.
No healing left, I don't believe.
I don't think so. I think he's got 2 hits in him, though. Oh,
There we
GG!
go. Closes out the fight. We're seeing Katana, Yasusuna.
Alright, Lunix takes game 1 with a time of 1 hour, no minutes, and 22 seconds.
Very close first game.
Indeed. Alright, so they do have a second game coming up right after this. This is a best of 3. Lunix takes game 1. Can Rina bring it back and tie it in game 2? We'll have that for you in a couple minutes. Stay tuned. Hello friends, and welcome back for game 2 of this best of 3 match between Rina and Lunix. Lunix took game 1. Rina's hoping for revenge to force this to a game 3. And I've got Barracks here on commentary with me. How you doing?
How about you? In the 5-minute break that we've had.
Alright, I got a kick out of you doing some diagnosing of the last seat, seeing where things were that we didn't see.
Yeah, still no idea where Kicker was, but could have been the runners both picked that up and just never used it.
Yeah, very possible. Didn't see them doing some of the kicker checks that you'd normally use that for with kicker, at least.
Same flag set as the first seed. We're going to be starting in about a second now. So Hammer Shop here. Pretty good this time. Soul Eater Ring, Demon's Mail, and Kunitsuna. The Demon's Mail and Soul Eater Ring are both very expensive. That Kunitsuna is a very decent weapon, especially for this early game.
Yeah, that is absolutely the right price, too. Looks like Lunix is going with Kunitsuna, Demon's Mail, and they've got Blue Crow as their starting red.
No, looks like their gear sold for a lot this time. Let them get that Demon's Mail.
No, it's best of 3 for the Aria of Sorrow Randomizer Tournament 2022. Every match in this tournament is a best of 3, but they are in lower bracket round 2. The winner of this match will be going off to face Dirksu. It looks like off to the left is the dead end of top floor. So that's one area connection down that we can't go through.
Honestly, pretty good to know that's dead-ended right off the bat. Makes these left exits a bit safer to go on.
Yeah, only one more dead end they can hit. So, nice to rule out.
I like 1.5. Everyone loves Slide Lock Dance Hall.
Oh, that is true. Well, you can get one item there sometimes.
Yeah, it's like another half dead end. Same with Slide Block Study. But that's on the other direction, so... Not a lot of early progression that I'm seeing.
Yeah, just
Not
making our
painful.
way through the corridor as best we can.
So, probably gonna see either some major progression in the last couple checks of corridors, or this is gonna be leading straight into study or chapel.
Yeah, this is an area randomizer, so where the chapel entrance could normally be, we may find a different area entirely. But we have to get over there first. There's a lot of castle corridor and a lot of items still to pull out of here. And for once, we're actually seeing most of the corridor early. If a seat opens up right at the start, like the Game 1 did between them, you might not see these right away. That is a giant bat-locked Kaiser Knuckle.
Yo, worth it? Kaiser Knuckle, one of the worst multi-hits in the game.
Alright, finally picked up Malphus down here in the watery area. Just to mind up on the other side, though. So we've got a few more doors available to us now. There are the dance hall, inner quarters, and garden vanilla entrances, and then there's this one over here, which is Reservoir.
Ooh. Interesting.
This is a little bit gross to see right now, but there is an item down here and a pretty easy entrance to check. Flying armor. Flying armor is usually one of the first pieces of progression that you get in this game, but because of our Panther first settings, Panther pretty much completely outclasses flying armor.
The only exception to that is in a couple very niche tricks, where flying armor can help make them more consistent.
One of the tough parts of Reservoir is having to fight your way through these Tritons. Looks like Rina's backing out.
It's probably faster, honestly. Or at least around the same speed, just to grab Malphus again.
And yeah, she's gonna head backward through the castle to a couple of those doors I was talking about. Lunix has taken the warp out and is finding the usually double jump restricted items at the top of Castle Corridor now. Looks like it was a T and some kind of soul that he's not able to hit right now. But maybe Hammer has something that would let him hit that. And I believe that was, I saw it really quick, but that was the slide locked side of study that Rina just saw.
Always a fun one to run into.
Alright, what have we got in the little Garden Vanilla entrance with the little double jump trick here? Cemetery. Wow, this is pretty constricted early on here.
Yeah.
There would be another entrance that's available to them, and Lunix did pick up Axe Armor to get Devil.
Very nice play with that Axe Armor. The normal throw doesn't reach, but the return can go all the way across the screen.
Yep. It does have a deceptively good forward range, but probably not good enough to hit that candle. But if they wanted, they'd both seen Forbidden Area. There is an entrance in there that they could go get. But neither of them's doing it right now. Rina finds Headhunter, and Lunix has grabbed Kicker Skeleton out from behind the waterfall. So Lunix's swag factor as he travels around has just increased tenfold. Take a look at that top floor dead end as well. I will say the old man phase of Headhunter seems to be exceptionally friendly to them today, not giving them the fire.
School for Linux.
Wow.
Yeah. Accessible via Malphus.
That's a somewhat forgettable spot, too. We didn't see anybody check that until late in the first season, I recall. Or at least if Lunix checked it, I might have missed when he did.
Now it's cool that the runners can do a couple more area checks. They can do everything in the reservoir now. They can do forbidden checks. And they can do the area check next to Floating Gardens Vanilla.
So the cemetery is full of souls. It's got Bifron, Quetzalcoatl, and Medusa Head. We'll see if any of that pays off.
At least one of those is good.
Medusa Head's a lot of fun.
Great on Chaos. And serves as a great great helping hand for Valor Phase 2 as well. Oh, gonna see Rina getting that school check.
We have not seen the Dance Hall Vanilla door yet that I remember. Lunix just checked this one item and went down. Rina might do it now. This seed really is closed down. We ran into a dead end. We hit the cemetery, which doesn't lead anywhere. We found Reservoir, but the bottom of Reservoir pretty much just leads to another door right now. And it looks like it's Chapel in the Vanilla Dance Hall door. This is pretty friendly.
Working back to the start to do the checks near Hammer. I don't know if Rina has a way to get that soul canister. We'll see in just a minute.
I don't think...
Dryad can.
Nope, not gonna try it. Lunix coming back out, gonna check the underwater door. It's inner quarters.
No, there are some exits.
Ancient belt at the bottom there. Ignoring it for now.
Ooh, Muramasan Shop, Gunner, Dracula's Tunic.
Archdemon. Gungner, wow.
Very nice shop, especially early on.
And all you had to do was fight Headhunter in a place you were probably going to fight Headhunter anyway. And Garden is on the right side of inner quarters. That's always nice to have at least one garden entrance near a warp. I guess Rina still didn't buy anything to hit that soul even after all this.
She bought Legion, but she doesn't have EMP to use it. Doesn't want to wait.
There is that one candle which I think always drops a big heart, but I'm not gonna deal with it. Alright, so even... Whoop, messed it up a little bit, but can still get to the top of this room with just double jump in Black Panther.
And with Demon's Mail and Muramasa, these gargoyles shouldn't prove an issue.
Yeah, the problem with leaving this room is that you get those gargoyles all up in your business, whereas if you just fought Manticore, they aren't in the room. Let's slide up there. Barracks, I need your trivia help. How does Muramasa curse damage work? I still don't get it.
The more health the enemy has, the more damage it does. Like, health left, so your first hit will do a lot, your second hit will do a bit less. If you're looking for, like, the numbers on how it works, I don't have those. I just understand the theory.
If a weapon has an element, it also automatically gets a multiplier.
Something like that. Slash is slightly more effective on enemies weak to slash. But elemental weapons are, I think, twice as effective if the enemy is weak. Duplicate Skula.
Lunix is going the wrong way up to this door. There we go. And Rina has found Arena. There's not a lot of stuff you need to be able to do everything in Arena, although it definitely gets more comfortable as you have more progression. Skull Key, no good.
Yeah, it's really just double jump, panther, and slide, and you can do every check here. Or literally just bat, and you can do every check. And faster, too.
Problem with hitting the Wrecking Ball is it will want to travel the same direction that Soma is facing, so just hitting it a bunch like that kind of gets it stopped up.
Found that with that lubricant room, if you jump as you're going through it on the way back, the lubricants are more likely to follow you and to commit some murder. Whereas if you just run along the ground, you should make it to the end just fine.
Ow. These are
That was
some...
the worst room fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Worst pattern and worst room. Whee!
Alright, so we've seen Headhunter so far, but that still leaves 5 bosses available. Which we'll see after DDR.
That's a DDR violation.
Stop. You violated the law.
I wouldn't be able to do this right now because I'm playing with a control stick.
As a solution to that problem, just don't play with a control stick. Yo, SpeedGaming 4, welcome. You're just in time to see a super potion as the reward for 30 seconds of DDR.
Lunix is going through the Red Minotaur hallway.
It did not pay off.
Nope. And it's a big golem down here.
Yeah, the runners can probably take about any boss here with the Muramasa Demon's Mail, but it's still faster to not have to fight Legion.
Yeah. So, Lunix took Game 1 out of this set. So far, we're still looking for a lot of things in Game 2, so... can't pick a definitive leader, although Lunix is following a bit behind Rina right now.
That's mostly because he also went and did those checks in Reservoir. So he has Kicker. Was that Alistair from the Lorraine? It was the Lorraine
Other
from
way around.
Alistair.
Yeah.
I can memorize names, just not where they go. But that does mark our first book.
One side effect is that is absolutely not farmable, so they will need to go find that blue candle.
Yep, there's I believe, I want to say 3 enemies that are completely unique to the Chaotic Realm. Alistair, Shadow Knight, and Demon Lord. Is that the one?
I think you're right, yeah.
So if your book is dropped from that enemy, no luck there. But, you know, that said, there's a number of other enemies which you don't really want to farm. Iron Golem, which you need a Killer Mantle to farm at all. Final Guard, which is just slow. So, farming not always an optimal strat against a lot of enemies here.
Yeah, if they had to farm Iron Golem, we might have to request an extra day on SpeedGaming.
I've seen people try to do it. Twice, actually.
Try being the operative word there.
Yeah, well. Yeah, they got pretty close, like, you know, couple dozen damage into the 9,999 health pool.
Alright, Big Golem is down on Lunix's side. Rina is gonna see what's in inner quarters. Doing a little bit of trading spaces.
It is possible to deal more than 1 damage to an Iron Golem. At level 99 with the max lubricant boost in Skyfish and Chaos Ring and Red Minotaur. I think I hit like 3 damage at one point.
Yep.
So, you know, pretty fast there. Spend 20 seconds charging Skyfish for 200% more damage.
Defense is a pretty good stat when enemies have it. Rina got some kind of drop from Valkyries, but I couldn't see what it was. Something with a long name.
Yeah, that was an ability soul. Brave Keeper. And into another easy boss fight with giant, great armor here.
Great giant, all the same.
Why is this the great armor when it's the weakest of the armors? Well, I suppose discounting rock armor, axe armor, bomber armor,
Yeah.
disc armor. So maybe it's not the weakest of the armors, it's right in the middle.
Yeah, honestly, like, the word great is the kiss of death in this game. The great sword is not great.
The great armor soul is not great. Both runners in Reservoir now, though by opposite paths.
Yeah, Rina's definitely coming in from the side that encourages getting a lot of these more out-of-the-way checks. She does not have Kicker that I remember, so...
No Kicker, no Undine, no Flight.
Yeah, not gonna be able to check the Merman room.
Oh, random Tsuchinoko. Runners in the same room for just a moment.
Black Cloak, well, it's an accessory and it's better than nothing.
True. I know a lot of runners who still wouldn't equip it.
Lunix trying to kick off the fish, but unfortunately the fish still dies in 2 kicks. Oh,
Hey,
there he goes.
Go.
It's an Anakiri.
For his shovels. Not bad, but outclassed by the Muramaso shop.
Yeah, maybe it'll be worth something at least. Rina trying to get up to the top of, not the worst room, but a very annoying room.
Second worst room. I was hoping we'd see some Eastern Reservoir checks, but alas, not the case. Good use of Final Guard there. Blocks the hit from the demon and doesn't take any knockback, so she gets to stay on the platform there.
Yeah, that Archdemon is maybe the worst part of this room if you're not trying to despawn him, or he just really does not want to let you get on that top upward heading platform.
His hitboxes are really jank too. Sometimes you can dodge him pretty easily, other times, nope.
Rina still trying to figure out a piercing solution here. Or maybe not.
That's what the mana's for. Get to use Legion.
Oh, okay, she does have enough. Alright. Oh, here we go! Waterfall strats!
I believe.
Looks like she might have reset out of having flying armor, so no help from that here. I tried this a couple different ways. I think I was having an easier time with Panther equipped.
Panther too, because it just lets me run into the wall. A lot less letting go of directions.
It's definitely not an easy trick though, compared to some of the other tricks that have been known for a long time in this game.
Yeah, this was discovered like a week, 2 weeks ago. So, well, I suppose rediscovered a week, 2 weeks ago.
This is also extremely not required behavior.
It's on the same level as trying to use Kicker and that Killer Doll to reach a flight-locked entrance. Oh, you'd like to see some Eastern tech too from Lunix?
Yeah, Rina's not going to Eastern, making a point of it. Maybe thinking Forbidden. Check what that entrance is. Yeah. There she got her flying armor back.
Just wanted to get flying armor. Gonna head back to the waterfall. Thank God. Oh. Duplicate back that.
I'd almost be tempted, because we know a save is on the other side of that door. Just restoring some of your 57 HP here. But yeah, using a healing item, sure. Because we're going to be tanking through some of this damage in Forbidden Area.
Saw Indian for Lennox and her room ring just there. And let's hope the rest of Eastern is as good.
Definitely nice finds. Looks like Rina's gonna go in and check the items in Forbidden. Giant bad.
Forbidden paying off.
Alright, so Rina's the first one to flight. Still looking for a lot of reading material. Where are the books? Well, that's a live attain.
Really good Forbidden this time. Flight and a really good weapon.
Yeah, you can do this whole walk and not find anything, and then probably be very glad you save split Forbidden. Lunix is into Clock Tower. And maybe doing a bit of thinking.
Yo, SpeedGaming 5, welcome. This is game 2 of a best of 3 in losers round 2, I believe. The first game went to Lunix, and we are probably about halfway into the second game. Well, top floor. Through Forbidden? That's not fun.
Well, maybe the other side is friendlier, but we're not going to see it yet.
Maybe the other side is Cemetery.
Well, we already went through, yeah. Can't make that jump. Oh,
yo, let's go.
Kick.
I love that kicker strat so much.
Looks like Death is in Death's usual haunts this time.
Not even randomized.
The shop was already pretty good, but Death would open up more shop items. You can see they both got Muramasas.
This lubricant room, though.
Maybe debating healing versus going back.
Yeah, I think we saw some healing in the shop. Maybe? Maybe not. It's certainly good to keep that in mind. If it is, it's a lot safer to just use your healing throughout the seed. Ooh, trying to use Final Guard to avoid the grab from the Succubus, but alas, Succubus grab goes through, like, literally everything in the game. And we got Hippogriff for Lunix.
Hippogriff is pretty sweet. That's kind of an annoyingly constricted place to get it.
Succubus, actually, the side character in this game, Julius, has an invincibility dodge, which goes through literally everything in the game, including the air, and he can fly with it, kind of. But Succubus can grab you out of it. Because Succubus is just more powerful than anything. Yo, duplicate blue book, I think? Oh, it's unlucky.
There's a yellow book. And the slide spot, Mimic from Tsuchinoko.
Oh, wow.
Tsuchinoko is farmable, but not one of the ones you want to farm.
There's a chance to appear every time you enter a certain room. That chance is, I believe, below 50%. Probably like around 20%, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was
And
1/6, actually.
Damn. And it has a good bit of health, so it can be a pain to kill. Plus, sometimes you leave the room, you enter, you see it, but you leave the room before you notice that it's actually there. Mimic is behind worst room, arena saves without out of it. You don't know if Lunix did. Good to know, Joanna. Yes, Alistair is a chaotic only enemy.
I didn't think Mimic was worst room. I thought worst room was a strawberry, but might be wrong.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Satan's ring is nice.
So Steady was on the other side of Dance Hall through the slide block. Lunix did do the Dance Hall stealing check, but it was just a cloth tunic. Rina definitely employing some strats, because they've got such good armor right now. Taking a hit from the Medusa heads is much friendlier than taking a hit from the spikes. But when you get hit, you have iframes, so you can take a Medusa head hit and then just run through some spikes.
The Spike Tunnel has so many cool ways of doing it. It's honestly very impressive. That's right, they've already seen the other side of Study. That check is already gone for Lunix.
That's a red book.
Oh.
Killer Doll from Persephone, I think?
Yep. That's very farmable. I don't know if the runner has that though.
Lunix has found his way behind the waterfall, but can do the checks in here now. Just a map. Finding some maps in some very interesting places today.
You never know when you need to find your way out of a waterfall.
And he's actually going to go back through. Rina just casually melting death.
There's Hippogriff for her.
And so that's the top of Garden, is the clock tower flight locked door from Castle Corridor. So that's much more annoying to get to. I figure later on they'll probably take the warp to inner quarters for going into the bottom of garden.
There's yellow book for Rina.
Yeah, if she follows this up around to study, she'll be pretty close knowledge-wise. Nope, can't get through there.
Both runners just looking for souls now, and because one of them can't be farmed.
Well, there's Killer Dolls and Dance Hall, so they definitely both have it.
Now, was it Allura Une from Alistair or Alistair from Allura Une?
The first one. They need Allura
Okay.
Une, and they can't find it.
Lunix has Allura Une,
Okay.
I believe, because that was in study. So Killer Doll's here. Study has Red Book and Blue Soul.
He's going the way that skips the checks, which makes me think he also has Mimic.
Looking that way?
But important to get this strawberry.
Oh. We're gonna be seeing a scram fight from Lunix here. Just Muramasa. So, a bit less damage than Rina would be doing with Levitane here. But with some really good gram patterns here, Devil can make up the difference very easily.
Rina hasn't seen Garden yet? Yeah, I believe you're right. I don't think she checked the door off inner quarters that leads there.
At Bratterfield.
Aria of Sorrow is a good video game.
Decent.
Alright, Graham Phase 2, Lunix has done some damage counting, definitely has Mimic, is putting on the required souls right now. Looking to get through Phase 2 and get on the good ending path. Unfortunately, these souls are not very useful. Like, Allura can do some healing. Killer Doll, not even gonna hit Graham. And he's done it. He's through Phase 2 as Rina finishes off Balor.
Chrono Mage from Ballora. See those Galamoth checks?
Castle Map 1.
Oh my god.
But yes, back there would be our place to farm Mimic if either of them had to.
Ooh, Lunix taking a lot of damage. Scram Phase 3. A lot of damage. That was almost a death there.
Got a very eclectic variety of foods to eat.
Very clean Grand Phase 3 though, once that damage is done. A
Looks
lot of
like-
good rush souls.
Looks like Rina's heading back into inner quarters, maybe to go do that Galamoth check.
Galamoth's claim.
Noticing that the map kind of is a little strange with Boss Rando. Oh, there's an extra blue book.
It's Lunix's turn to see that one. Ooh,
Nothing.
amazing checks.
Elfin Robe in boosting armor, maybe you keep it, but not what she was looking for. So she's got the door over to garden, and I don't think she went out the top of dance hall either, but she's got to get over to study. Looks like Hammer has a claim.
Yo. Very nice hammer shot. It's gonna make Chaos really easy, though Julius unfortunately resists fully, making it not effective there.
Yeah, and Lunix didn't go all the way for that live attain, so we'll see what he uses. I guess he could stick with the Death Sickle.
Good. Very high damage. I wanna say either highest or second highest in the game. I always get like the top 5 mixed up.
When you say Death Sickle fast enough, it sounds like you're talking about a popsicle made out of death.
Oh, come on now. The ice cream trucks are on the corner. You want a death sickle?
Man, I think that's got to be at least one of the $2 cones. I don't know if I can do that.
I have a coupon. It's a blue book coupon.
Oh, heck yeah. Wait a minute, blue book? I already have 3 of these things.
Good arc demon usage here. For just a lot of rush soul, though. Damage actually comparable to its death sickle. 90 and 90 respectively.
Yeah, it looks like they've both been pretty good with backdash canceling some of these heavier weapons. And into Grant the Julius phase 2. Rina heading back into Reservoir, I think this is. If I remember right. Yeah.
Getting low on health there. Still got a pretty good amount of healing left, so with Claim, Chaos shouldn't really be a problem.
Yeah, it's maybe
really,
2 full heals and 1 half heal for Chaos.
yeah, barring some really horrendous patterns.
Julius is down.
On to Chaotic Realm.
Gonna see a mirror as Lunix goes through the chaotic version of the same room that Rina is in.
Not doing the checks, SMH. What if it's Final Sword?
Come on, Triton. Get out of the way.
Now, what if it's a chaos turn? Gotta consider. Taking that safe to save before chaos and heading in. Statistically, Final Sword and Death Sickle are stronger than Claim. In practice, Final Sword is still better than Claim, because Final Sword is dumb. Even though Claim is a bit easier to use because it's a jump cancel weapon, Final Sword has a hitbox where it can double hit, and when you combine double hits with better damage than Claim, it is just a higher DPS weapon. Death Sickle, on the other hand, is just arc and bad.
Yeah, Final Sword's multi-hits are like almost automatic too, because it's got such a huge hitbox. Like, you can use it on Chaos, you can get a hit on the top eye and double hits on the bottom eyes.
Dang, any percent runners knowing how to do this Claim strat lets you hit the top eye and the bottom eye twice in a single jump. Then combine that with a bit of hopping around to hit the core and an eye at the same time. Makes Claim also very good for Chaos. A lot of damage here, though.
Whew. One more full heal, I think. Getting a weapon you're comfortable with is always so nice for this fight. Three eyes down, core defense down almost all the way, switching over to Devil.
Down to 160 defense. No, sorry, 140. That's GG for Lunix.
Yeah, that's it. 2-0 to Lunix. We'll see if we can get them in here to talk all about it.
Rina.
Well, it was a good run.
The first one was incredibly close, I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't know, as soon as I started playing the first seed, something just like, my whole body was just like super like shaky and anxious, and I was playing 10 times worse than I've been playing in practice for like the past 3 days. I hit my first sub 50 time yesterday. I had my first 40.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I felt like I've been getting so much better, and then as soon as I started playing the tournament match, it was just like everything just left. So I don't know, but I was happy that it was close anyway, because then I know that if I just play it how I normally played, then maybe I might have won.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, I definitely feel
chaos with
nerves
poison taste
too.
though.
I definitely feel nerves too. It's tough when you actually like get on the stage to do it.
Yeah, and this seed was like kind of cash money, but I realized at a certain point that I had just made like a grave error somewhere and that I was probably about to lose, considering how much running around I had to do with only 2 books. And finding the dupe blue, I was like, well, this seed's probably over in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, the unfortunate key was study in this one. You
Yeah.
both found the wrong side first, and then the regular way in was the other entrance out of dance hall. So both entrances were slide locked.
Oh man, I was thinking about that too, like immediately teleporting back to dance hall as soon as I had I think, well, I don't remember if I got bat or slide first, but I had access to it and I was like, oh, I should go do that dance hall exit. But then I just started doing some other stuff and that was not fruitful. I found a hippogriff, that was nice.
Yeah, that was a strangely deep hippogriff.
Yeah.
And Lunix is also here. Hello.
Hello.
Congrats on your victory.
Thank you.
How'd you feel about these races?
I like the game so much. I love racing. And this randomizer.
Yeah, for anyone unfamiliar, Lunix has like some of the most races on racetime.gg of this game.
Yeah, the second most even. Not that I keep track.
Yeah, I was definitely afraid knowing that before we played, but I think considering that I've played less than 50 seeds, I'm kind of happy with how I did, I think.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Definitely comported yourself very well.
Especially taking on like as weird of a flag set as this is.
Yeah. I think probably compared to my other 2 matches, I think it's really, not to like be egotistical or anything, but I think you can clearly see a clear improvement on like my Graham and Julius fights, especially. Like the Julius I had in the last season. Obviously I had good gear, but like I think I only got hit a handful of times and it was pretty clean, except that Graham, I didn't have audio on, and so that was messing me. My backdash cancels on Graham like ate like 17 fireballs.
Oh, it's been a conversation the whole day whether like people want audio for Graham. I'm so glad somebody else actually uses the audio cues.
Yeah, I think it's pretty helpful. That's why in the second seed because I didn't set up. I wanted to listen to music while I was playing, and so I was just listening to it on my phone in the first seed. But then I was like really whacked out because I didn't have audio. So in the second seed, I just played with game audio.
Makes sense. It was tough seeing in the second seed too, like so much progression that would be difficult to farm. Like the blue soul was from Alistair, which you can't farm that, you have to go find it.
Yeah. That was also part of the feeling I had that I was probably really behind, because it's like I still haven't found this soul, and I've done all of Arena, and it was nothing, and it was whack.
Yeah, I feel like Arena has not done a lot for people recently. We had the one soul in top floor in the first seed, but top floor, same kind of thing.
Yeah, top floor was also, I did all of top floor as soon as I had bat, and not much there either. It was, I felt like I just made like 2 really big routing mistakes, and that just put me really, really far behind. Because I'm not super consistent at getting like a full clear under an hour yet, so the routing really affects how well I can do, I think.
I mean, Rando is Rando. You're still finding doors, you're still checking items.
Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna keep playing. I've played a lot more Seeds in my spare time the last 2 weeks than I did before I even entered the tournament. So the next tournament, I'm pretty hopeful about it, I think.
Yep, good to hear. We definitely want to do something for Speed Gaming Live 2022. Look forward to seeing you and Lunix, and I suppose Barracks as well there.
Yeah,
I hope so.
it'll be a good tournament.
GG to Linux, and good luck to all the other racers in their upcoming matches.
GG, Rina.
GG's.
Yep, thanks for racing, both of you. Thanks to Barracks for commentating along with me. Thank you to everybody in the chat for watching, and we will see you next time for more Aria Randomizer tournament action. Stay tuned on the Speed Gaming channels, and have a good night.